Chase Tree and Tractor Service, with 25 years of experience in tree removal. Serving the Midcoast of Maine, licensed and insured Maine arborist. Whether it's a pesky blowdown or a hard-to-get tree that needs removal. When you need an experienced professional, Jake Chase is the man for the job. Call 207-242-8961 or email him at chasetreeandtractorservice.jc@gmail.com.
LCTV is your nonprofit community media station. Please donate at lctv.org to keep us strong. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've been rolling in since the clock in Monday morning. From the end of the week, I'm bound to blow. Breeze walking through the honky-tonk like a pack of wolves now. Order them around the shops and it's away we go.
Hey everybody, it's Wuzzup time, our favorite time of the week. Bobby?
Yeah.
Big day at the chamber today, huh?
Yeah.
The grand opening.
Yeah.
We finally got this building built, we've moved in, and today is the grand opening day.
How many people do you think?
I don't know. I mean, we're filming this morning, 10 o'clock Thursday morning, but I suspect there'll be 50, 60, maybe 100. I don't know.
Yeah.
The weather's supposed to be great.
Right.
So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to putting it in my rearview mirror.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
I bet.
It's been a long grind, but a lot of people that made it happen, and it'll be a lot of fun. So if you're watching this tonight, you should have been at the opening this afternoon.
Yep.
So, hey, big news in town, though. They're shingling the Baptist church.
Boy, I tell you, those shingles have been sitting out in front of there for 2-3 months. And
13 men I counted on the roof of that this morning with shovels, taking the old shingles out.
Well, Larry was telling me, and actually I can relate to that, is they had to put plywood on the roof because the original boards wouldn't support a man. So anyway, that happened at my house. So I feel for them. But anyway.
So that'll be hopefully they're done by 4:30 this afternoon when we start.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they will be.
Yeah.
They will be. Yeah.
Well, you might have to pick up a little tar paper here and there.
No, they're cleaning the mess up.
Yeah.
It's all good. What else is happening up in the mills, Bob?
Well, the mills is
the lake is starting to go down a little bit.
Yep, the lake.
I was down at Pemmican with Tobe yesterday, and we did his bath.
The lake's going down.
The lake is going down. It's the lowest it's been all summer.
We've had 4 days with no rain. That'll drop any lake.
Yeah, it's the first time. It's the lowest it's been all summer, all spring, all summer.
Well, the whole week. This week is supposed to be fantastic.
Yeah, right through the weekend.
I hope next week. I hope we have the Pumpkin Fest.
You got your sausages all lined up?
Tuesday
your sausages. How many did you buy? A couple thousand?
Just 400 or 500.
Yeah. What's the best? Folks,
get me through the week.
If you want a sandwich, boy, Bobby's got the sausages that just are to die for.
Yep.
I got to stop and get one of those because they are delicious.
Yeah. Well,
they're good stuff.
Anyway,
so we got to get into the news here, Bobby.
This Newcastle draft ordinance, they're talking about a building preservation requirements for areas of Newcastle, the 3 currently zoned historic districts. So you got Damascotta Mills, doesn't include me because I'm in Noblesboro. You got Glidden Street, and you got Sheepshead Village. And so what they want to do is they want to, I was saying to Larry off camera, they're going to appoint a review board that you have to go in front of to do any changes to your property.
Yeah.
Anything. Walls, trees, renovations, demolition, anything.
That's
so,
crazy.
Anyway, the people, I think the whole Glidden Street population was at the meeting.
Yeah.
And, I think Lee Emmons, who's on the planning board, I think he's gone on the side of the people and said, I don't think this is appropriate.
Quite necessary.
Anyway.
Do you know Doug Preston?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I did.
Doug's an author. Lives down Round Pond.
Quite an accomplished author. 40 books, I think he's written. Oh, my
God. He's big time. So, anyway, him and his wife, they packed their kids up. They went and lived in Italy, and then they lived in New York.
Which is like Little Italy sometimes.
Yeah, so they were in Florence. And so, anyway, they ended up in Round Pond after summering here. Like a lot of people, that's the scenario for a lot of people that live here.
Yep.
And so
40 books. Boy, that's an accomplishment.
maybe he can help Lincoln Academy with their reaccreditation process. That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, so anyway.
That's another big deal is Route 235 over Walboro's finally opened up. That rainstorm was way back in May.
Yeah. So
they finally got it open.
DOT got this thing,
May
5 months it was closed.
Yeah.
So the apple, peaches, and pears are being planted. Over at the Edgecometti School, they've made an orchard of fruit. So anyway, we'll see how that grows. And so Larry and I were talking about rain off
sure
camera.
Affected the Bristol Parks and Recreation, isn't it?
Yeah, so the Pemaquid Beach is considerably down, and the Pemaquid Point revenue is down. But, goes with the territory, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of like a ski area,
Don't get any snow, they can't ski.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure here. She said the numbers, the beach admission totaled $143,000 for the year against a $145,000 budget. Mm-hmm. So that sounds to me like if I'm reading this right, they lost $1,300 or something like that.
Yep. Well, it was raining.
$1,700 or something. I can't do the math that quick in my head. $1,500. So that's not too bad though, because most years they make a lot of money down there.
Yeah. Right.
We got to go to page 2, folks.
Well,
Bobby's already turned the page.
Might as well stick with Newcastle.
Yeah.
They adopt the traffic and roads ordinance, and so we'll see how that goes. Monitoring what it says that towns can monitor their traffic as opposed to the state. So I guess like my road, you know, is 215,
and up on the Sheepscot Road out here in the studio. I know there's been a lot of talk in the Sheepscot Village there where, the state controls the road and they set the speed limit. The residents want a slower speed limit and the state says it doesn't have to. And there's just a lot of hoorah about that, which I guess I don't blame them.
Well, might as well stay with Newcastle. Their comprehensive plan, they're still waiting for state approval. One of them was rejected.
Yeah.
Originally, so they've got to make some changes. And so anyway, another thing that went on is Rob Nelson's talking about possibly building apartments. It would be the second lot on the left on Mills Road. He owns that lot next to the White House. When you take a right, you got the print shop, and then you've got Ted Clapp's old house, and then you've got a lot before Louis Rector's house. And so Rob Nelson owns that, and he's talking about, he went in for a pre-meeting, so he's thinking about, he's talking to the planning board about things he can do, but anyway. What about Damascotta?
They're still adjusting their parking lot. They've been working on that parking lot now. How many years? About 50. It's kind of like what they did in Wiscasset there with how many years they talked about fixing the road and bridge. The state finally come up with that lane brain idea. They got over there. Now
there's a good way to fix. If you took a right at the fish market, they could put a big sign that says this parking lot is a free for all. Would save a lot
Pack
of
at your own risk,
It would save a lot of meetings and a lot of aggravation.
Probably some of the selectmen would go for that, too. And Dresden's interested in sending their kids back to Wiscasset, which they always went, and it's a lot closer for Dresden to go to Wiscasset. And I'm kind of surprised they don't go to Richmond, if you want to know the truth. But to go to Wiscasset, then it is go right to Halldale. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a pretty good stroll.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they ought to combine Wiscasset and Booth Bay. But what do I know? I live in Damascotta.
If you got a problem with, you think your dog's in trouble, you can bring them to the Blessings. They have over at the in honor of St. Francis of Assisi, they have a animal blessing over at St. Philip's Episcopal Church. That's going to be on October 1st, and that's always a good thing. Bless your animals.
Yeah. Apple Fest up to Nobleboro Grade School this week.
Yeah, folks, that's a good take up there.
It's a good time. They have pretty good pies up there, don't they? Yeah.
And, that Apple Fest has been going quite a while.
Yeah.
And So the
Geez, I saw these coins here at the historical show here last week. Boy, those are impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking I'd get me one of those.
Yeah.
Just to have it.
I wonder what is.
They're $20 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. So the nice lineup of stuff that's going on at the Waldo. And this weekend, folks, is that
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound. I think I'd like to see that.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any tickets left for the night show, the grand opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waldeboro, their recreation department, they really got the community involved in what's going on there, which is really good. Marcus Benner is the recreation department director over there, and he's got rave reviews.
Big numbers too. You get like 60 kids there in the summer program.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. Do you know Carol Hall Perry?
I met her before. That's Mike's sister. It's Mike Hall's sister.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I knew the name.
Yeah, well, she got involved with the Hall Funeral Home folks, the company, and she worked at Sylvania originally, and so now that Hall Funeral Home has expanded, they're in Thomaston, they're in Boothbay, they're in Waldeboro. So anyway, she went to work for them. I believe she's retired now, but
she's battling cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about this guy who's living over in, do we call that a squatter? Is that a squatter?
Yeah, I guess so, down Bremen there.
Yeah. So,
I was trying to picture where that might have been, and I can't.
It's on Turner Road. I think it's off the road. I go down Turner Road quite a bit. I don't remember seeing it.
I don't either.
They had a gentleman living in there, and he was making himself at home so much so he brought chickens and a cow in.
keep everybody company.
And when I think Stan Walsh, code enforcement officer, had to pay him a visit. And
he had to take the sheriff with him.
Yeah, and when he saw the chickens and the cow, I think that was the breaking point.
Speaking of breaking point, up here at Alna, big surprise. There's a little controversy going on up there about the Pinkham Pond and the gravels. They're going to wait. They're going to get an expert opinion now.
Yeah. How much gravel they actually should have put on there?
Lord, yeah.
So Jefferson, they really don't want solar farms up there.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, they're extending their moratorium, and so. Knickerbocker Group.
Boy, where was we? Oh, I know. The guys and I went up to Unity to film the 75th birthday. They hired us to come up and film that with all the stock cars and everything up there. And we went by a solar farm that was just humongous.
Yeah.
I can't remember where it was up there, but boy, it's like. But my light bill doesn't go down. Does yours?
No. And
all these solar farms, but the light bill doesn't go down.
I'm seeing more and more and more, but They need to put buffers on these things.
Well, not only that, and these solar farms, they come off the tax payroll.
Right.
It's like a non-profit.
Right.
Comes out, the towns can't afford this.
Yeah.
They got to have that tax dollars. And this one we went by that was acres. Probably was 30 or 40, maybe 50 acres of solar farms.
You think it was in Unity?
No, it was somewhere on the way up there. I can't remember exactly where it was, but I got thinking. I was telling Haven was riding with me. I said, "Boy, look at that solar farm." But all that land came off the tax dole, and even if it's only as little as a few dollars an acre, that's still a lot of money.
Knickerbocker Group over there in Boothbay, they're establishing a fund for Boothbay Region Student Aid. So folks students from Boothbay want to continue their education in college. They've got a fund going on. It's Boothbay Region Student Aid Fund. Since 1964, they've had this fund.
Yeah, been doing a long time.
Knickerbocker Group's hopping on board. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
59 eligible students totaling $465,000 were awarded.
Boy, there's a lot of money in it. Yeah.
Go on a historical bus tour.
Up in Union.
Yeah.
Union Historical Society.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yep, boy, foliage gets beautiful up in that neck of the woods. I'm glad 235 is open, because that's a foliage run for my wife and I.
Yeah.
I love running up there.
We were up in, like I say, I'm in Unity, and the foliage is starting to turn pretty good up there. The other day, up through Thorndike and Knox and up through there. Pretty ride. Mm-hmm. Pretty ride. Art classes at Hodgson Green. Mm-hmm. When we get there, Bobby, they'll be doing art classes.
Yep. So anyway, you can go at Online Talk of History, U.S. Route 1. She wrote a book, Susan Mara Bregman. She wrote a book, and Route 1, of course, goes from Fort Kent to Route 1, but she wrote about Route 1 about in New England. And so it says along Route 1, Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. And she's going to give an online talk about that.
I love Glenn's drawings this week. And that's pretty cool, isn't it? The apple and the pumpkin.
Yep. There's a gentleman here that was in our own Lincoln Health Hospital here, and he said his care was unsurpassed. He said he couldn't believe how well treated he was. And so along the way, they got a climate change group that sits up there and talks about how warm everything is.
Yeah. It wasn't very warm when I come out of my house this morning, Bob. It was like 42 degrees.
Pembroke Art Gallery, they're showing Claire Hancock and Hannah Einison have showing their pictures up there.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize Hannah Einison is a sculptor as well as an artist, a painter. So she's got to
be down to Pembroke. That ought to be closing up pretty soon too, I would think.
Yeah. Boy, I didn't realize Doug Gimble has changed his look. Did you see him?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Dougie looks like what's that look? What is that look? I don't know.
You got a little Santa Claus whisker going on there.
Right. So anyway, they had a
veggies table. They're in the paper every week.
Yeah. So they raised some serious money over there at the Booth Bay Botanical Gardens. So Dougie was the auctioneer, and I didn't win that week in Paris.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't buy a ticket, so, that helps probably. That might make a difference.
Anyway, do you see this old baseball team here? George Dow wrote about outstanding baseball teams, and there's a lot of guys from Damascotta Mills that were playing on this old baseball team. So anyway, he got some great information from local people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Kathy Mattea, she's an award-winning Grammy winner musician. She's going to be at the Booth Bay Opera House. She'll be there October 21st.
The SBS Gazette, South Bristol School. I got a little write-up here going on. Let's see, what do we got on the... What do we got? Obituaries. If I don't know anybody in the obituaries this week, that's a good thing, I guess, for me.
Yeah, so you got three singers, Cat Logan, Judd Caswell, and Turk Wilder. They're going to be
I've
playing.
heard of two of them. I never heard of Turk Wilder. Never heard of him. You?
Yeah. No.
No, I never did either.
They're going to be at Pamquid Point Lighthouse in New Harbor, 6 to 8 on Thursday, October 5th. That's going to benefit Caring for Kids. Caring for Kids is a local charitable organization aiding families in Bristol and South Bristol. I think that was started maybe by Jenny Pendleton family. And boy, this Peter Fisher, he was a rock star in the
I take that back. I did know Pete.
Yeah, I knew Peter. Yeah. So anyway,
he was a good guy.
In the aquaculture industry, he was a rock star.
Yeah.
But
I remember when he was a state inspector for the seafood business way back in the early 80s.
We mentioned Mike Hall a little earlier. Mike and Kat Mary Berger, they are the co-chairs of Carl's Kids. Carl's Kids is an organization where it's kind of a silent organization, but they raise a lot of money. They used to have it at Sugarloaf. Now they have it at Duck Puddle Campground. That fundraiser is going to be October 15th. I went last year. It's
coming up in a
fun.
couple weeks. That's fun time.
It's really fun. And so anyway, what they do is they donate sports equipment and things to kids whose family, because some of these sports you get into, they can be costly, and a lot of families don't have the money to pay for, what does a pair of soccer cleats cost now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway,
they're going to have a comp plan update. When is it going to be? October 16th at Skedumpa Public Library, talking about the comprehensive plan of Damascotta.
How about these Bristol historical buildings? They got the Irvine School, and it's located on Kelly Street in Bristol, and then they have the Willing Workers Hall, and they're going to keep them open all winter for people to possibly rent.
Yeah, I was more interested in the tuna fish.
Yeah, well, let's go for it. Boy, how about this Isaac Molt?
Yeah, 40 grand.
749.5.
Yeah.
You know, you could have added something to call it 750, but anyway.
Yeah. And he had 3 fish that week.
Yeah.
And he had won the total poundage for the week, too.
So he ended up winning 50,000.
No, 40,000. He got 35.
35
for first place, then 5 for the total poundage.
But the people who were close to him.
Oh, yeah. There were a lot of big fish landed that week.
All these fish were between 600 and 750
there was a lot of big fish landed that week. Yeah. We had a lot of fun down there last year. They didn't invite us back, but maybe they didn't have fun. I don't know. But good time. Good time. It was fun seeing those big fish, though.
Yeah, I was reading Lloyd Crook's. I read this to my wife last night, and I still think she's baffled with the whole thing. So
your wife or Laurie Crook?
No, my wife. So let's get this straight, okay, Larry? I go to the grocery store. I buy a pound of sliced ham, and it's in a plastic bag. A loaf of bread, it's in a plastic bag. Then I buy a gallon of milk. It's in a plastic jug, and a store-made salad, it's in a plastic tub. A plastic bottle for mustard and ketchup, but they give me a plastic bag to carry it home in because they won't give me a plastic bag to carry it home because plastic is bad for the environment. So you buy 9 things
all in plastic.
You get to the register, sorry, we don't have any plastic bags.
Well, and if you want a bag, they're going to charge you a nickel.
Right. Right. I think poor Sherry's still scratching her head over that one.
Well, I don't blame her for that.
Yeah, no, it's going on in sports.
Oh, man, everything's going on. Big rivalry, the Madomic-Lincoln, the homecoming last weekend. The Lincoln girls lost. Madomic boys won. It was a great time. We're doing a show, actually, Bobby. We went up there and interviewed the players, the men now that played on that 87 state championship soccer team. I got a chance to talk to the captains, Clint Cato and Luke Houghton.
A lot of the guys on that team still live
around here, yeah. And we're actually doing a show that's going to be out the end of October with all the interviews and a bunch of good stuff. Yeah, it'll be fun. Fun stuff.
That'd be a good party, actually.
Yeah, it's good fun.
And Madomic football, they're still rolling.
They're still rolling. We got a big game tomorrow night against Foxcroft Academy.
4-0. They defeated Herman 32-14.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great scene live stream right here on LCTV tomorrow night. Yeah. Start game time. We go on about 6:30, I think. So
how's that live streaming working out?
It's working out great. Yeah, working out great.
Makes your job a lot easier.
Yeah, special thanks to our friends at WHOU last week that pitched it for us up in Herman. Yeah. Because we just couldn't be in 2 places at once, and it was good stuff. But the other thing I'll tell you, Bobby, that was impressive. Did you know this? Lincoln Academy cross-country team has 60 kids, boys and girls, on that team. Wow. 60 kids. That's incredible. Yeah. Most high schools have 10 or a dozen or maybe 12 or 14. They got 60. They got 35 boys and 25 girls.
Boy, and you think about it, you can't even get kids to run up the stairs. Now you got them running all over Lincoln County.
Yeah, and you see the kids out running all the time.
Yep. Good. Boy, that homecoming parade. That was
a big time,
The spirit in this town for that homecoming was unbelievable.
I talked to Phil Page Monday morning. He could barely whisper. His throat was so bad. I said, Coach, what happened to you? He said, man, I was leading the cheers.
Wow. Maine Midcoast Conservancy and Maine Farmland Trust teamed up together, and they protected a huge 263-acre property. They got it from Coastal Blueberry Services, and it's up on Clary Hill. And we were talking about Union. That's as pretty as it gets up there. So anyway. Go on another hike.
More land comes off the tax roll.
Yeah, right.
God bless him, but we got to do something with
Midcoast Conservancy hike and picnic in the Sheepskin Headwaters, October 14th, and it's part of the annual. My favorite word to say, goose pecker trekker. How about Bob Emmons?
That's your favorite word?
Yeah, goose pecker trekker. Bob Emmons, the only guy I know that has I mean,
excuse me, folks. I'll recover here eventually.
Yeah. So anyway, it's funny what gets Larry going. But anyway, the Bob Emmons, he's got adventures in golfing. Bob Emmons is a great speaker. But anyway,
did you see him on Don Carrigan the other day?
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, so he's got all these stories about he took care of golf courses all over the country. And so anyway, met Tiger Woods, and he's got a Donald Trump story, and I'm sure we can keep you entertained. So that's going to be, where's that going to be held? That's going to be held at the Rutherford Library in South Bristol, noon to 6. Noon to 6?
No, that's when it's open.
Hours. I'm saying, geez, Bobby, you're talking a long time.
It's on October 4th at 4 p.m.
4. Okay.
That might be kind of fun to. That might be kind of fun to film that one.
Yeah, we mentioned the Apple Fest. They got a band playing there called Playing Possum, and they've got a big silent auction going on up there. The other thing that's cool is on September 30th, you've got, folks, if you've never been up here, this was Cassett, Waterville, and Farmington Railway, historic narrow gauge. It runs up in Alna, and it runs to the Sea Lion Farm, and it lets you off at the Sea Lion Farm, and they're going to have some music up there, and food and things, and so anyway, it's fun. I've done it.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of those pilots. That would be kind of interesting to listen to those pilots too.
Oh yeah. So the Community Forum on Integrated Pest Management. You think that's a nowhere street?
You think?
I think. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be the guy to give that lecture.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you keep a chipmunk out of your basement. But anyway,
just don't leave the windows and doors open. I guess I don't know. That's what I do at my house. I keep the doors and windows closed.
What about Lincoln Academy, named Best in Maine?
Yeah.
By Down East.
Yeah.
Wow. Now they just got to get I wonder if that's going to help their accreditation. Yeah. Well, we were the best in Down East.
Yeah. Well, we're running out of time here, Bobby. Again, there is a merciful God.
No.
He's let this run down. There's not much going on this back page here.
Well,
Mary Barnes got some music down there this weekend, Saturday night.
How about down the Mary Barn there?
That's what I'm talking about.
September 30th.
Yeah.
Greg and Jesse Boardman. Right?
Yeah.
Greg's from my hometown.
Marblehead.
Yeah. Greg's one of the best. He's one of the best fiddlers in the country. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a teacher.
There's a workshop at the Watershed Center on the 13th of October too.
Yeah.
That's over in Edgecombe.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby, in the races, we've only got a couple more races left to go over to Wiscasset. Folks, that's the best show in town for $5 bill. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
You got a busy weekend planned, Bobby?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And you're getting ready for next weekend.
Yeah. Next weekend is, boy, I wonder how many people are going to come into this town.
Oh, it's going to be thousands.
Every festival that you hear about, there's more people than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us this week. TV Toby's down here somewhere. Oh, yes. Oh, talk to us. TV Toby. I'm Larry Sidelinger. He's Bobby Whear. Dinah Dave behind the camera. TV Toby here. We're all getting ready to go to the grand open. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Chase Tree and Tractor Service with 25 years of experience in tree removal. Serving the Midcoast of Maine, licensed and insured Maine arborist. Whether it's a pesky blowdown or a hard-to-get tree that needs removal. When you need an experienced professional, Jake Chase is the man for the job. Call 207-242-8961 or email him at chasetreeandtractorservice.jc@gmail.com.
LCTV is your nonprofit community media station. Please donate at lctv.org to keep us strong. Thank you.